Oh, Chantal, you're just getting new React channels like every day. welcome to the team, Jolie. Thank you for capturing the content. I can't watch that whole damn thing. Oh my god. I just watched a lot of the Unicorn Pandu live stream covering this particular mukbang, and by the time I woke up from my nap and jumped in on it, she had already scarfed down all the food. Like, the food was fucking gone, you guys. Like, there was no mukbang going on. Somebody in the chat said that at a certain, I don't know if this is true or not, okay? Said at a certain time stamp, I think it was like somewhere around 32 minutes into her live stream, she mentions that Salah is at his apartment. So it kind of sounds like my theory was correct, that they kept the original apartment that's higher up, and she got a secondary apartment. But I mean, I cannot, I don't know. I don't know the truth there. She's just a wild person to watch, and she doesn't know why, right? Like, she can't figure out why we're all watching this train wreck happen. I mean, I guess when you put your entire life online, there is going to be a possibility that people will be like, oh my god, look at what she's doing. You know, that will happen. You've decided to be an entertainer, Chantal. I also watched Gorlick Bread, and he said that she's threatening to do 2 additional reacts today. I don't really have the time for all this, Chantal, I'll be real. And that she's gonna come after specifically React channels where they use like an avatar or something. They're not showing their face, so I guess I'm in the clear. I guess I'm in the clear, you guys, because I do show my face. She's gonna come after React channels that don't show their face, and specifically the females. Okay. I don't know why she has so much female rage. Plus, the way she speaks about her high school memories, it sounds very much like she was actually part of the Mean Girls. She wasn't bullied. She was part of the Mean Girls. So, I don't know what she's talking about there. Alright, let's see what she has to say.
As for the border hopping,
Addressing Pete's.
at one point, yeah. Number one, I'm not going to talk about my visa status. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, because literally it's no one's business. I don't know where the one-up is in saying, oh yeah, we were right. Who cares, even if it was true? Who cares?
Well, it's illegal, Chantal. Let's be real. You're trying to violate immigration law in Kuwait. So there's that. I mean, if you have a plan to somehow get around that, then that's cool. Like, you do you. But you're the one who keeps being like, stop talking about it. Why don't you stop talking about it, for fuck's sake?
What visa I'm on here? You can't just come here. At first, yeah, it was a tourist visa, and I would border hop somewhere sometimes. Yes, of course. So what? What's your point? I don't know what, like, can you please tell me what the tea is?
Why'd you lie about it then? Like, literally everybody was saying that you were country hopping to renew your tourist visa. And you're like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Now you're saying that's exactly what you did. Are you tomorrow going to be like, no, wait, I didn't say that? Because you like to rewrite history a lot. Okay.
You don't just come here and get a visa. It's hard. They've changed the rules a lot.
Okay.
You don't know what my visa status is now. Even Pete's doesn't know because I haven't told him anything in a while. I used to border hop, yes. Now, I'm not telling you. For example, they've recently changed the rules where you can have a family visa here now. Like it depends on a lot of things. You have to have a certain amount of money and all this and that.
Except that Salah is not a Kuwaiti national, and according to their laws, I don't know if they've changed them recently or whatnot, you have to be a Kuwaiti national to bring somebody into the country like that. He's not a Kuwaiti national. He came from a Syrian refugee family that I don't know if they're considered expatriates or not, but they're there on like refugee status.
Not like an unreasonable amount, but there's like criteria, and Salah fits the criteria. So I'm just saying, like, they've changed things for family visas. I'm not saying that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying it's not what I'm doing. I'm not telling you on purpose. Like, I don't want that private information to be told.
And you don't have to tell us, but you also don't have to keep talking about it all the time. Like, you literally keep raging about it, which makes it a conversation piece. You're the one that needs to shut the fuck up about these topics if you don't want them being discussed.
For people to exploit it for views because they have nothing. Alright? They're literally desperate, low, to the point where they have nothing else. That they have to make tea out of what my visa status is in a country. As if that has any true meaning to their life, like, whatsoever.
I think at some point she swaps out the microphone for something else, because this microphone obviously sucks. It's real crackly. I'm not even trying to watch her right now because it makes me sick to watch her eat. It's so disgusting. She uses serving spoons to just shovel shit down her throat. She doesn't even want to chew it.
Hey, don't say I lied because I purposely was vague.
Hold up. We got a police helicopter circling and announcing something. Trying to hear what they're saying. Black shirt, red. I have a feeling they're gonna release the police dogs again. We had this happen about somewhere around like a year ago. It's so weird that they do it this way. I mean, they have the ability to alert our phones if there's some sort of emergency situation happening. They can be like, hey, look out for this person wearing a black shirt and red whatever pants, shorts. I can't even tell because it's like slightly out of earshot. But they could actually do a text out to all of us, and instead they are flying a helicopter over the area and speaking over a loudspeaker, which is actually far more expensive than sending out a text alert. I feel like the Orange County Sheriff is just blowing money. Alright, well, I guess I'm not going to find out what this message is and whether or not there is a missing child or a dangerous criminal in my area. I have no idea. Because he's probably like just one block over and I can't hear the message. So there's that. Alright, let's get back to Chantel.
And I would say, yes, no, on purpose. Because it's not anyone's business. I don't want to know what it is. Because again, it's my life, it's my business, not yours.
It's my life. Hang on. He's getting a little closer. Orange County Sheriff's Department. This is so weird that this is how they want to communicate with us. Fucking text us, you guys. Send us like one of those emergency alerts. I don't know. It's getting a little closer though.
The need to have all of this information about my private life is insanely invasive and insanely pathetic for content.
No, it's not, because you put all your shit online. Chantel, if you don't want people discussing these weird things about you, stop putting these weird things about you online. Then there won't be any discussion. Oh my god, I think there's a second helicopter coming. I have no idea what's... Oh my gosh. Am I getting swatted, you guys? I have no idea what's happening right now. There's some craziness happening in my town.
Hi, Bubbles.
My boyfriend... like, every boyfriend I've had now for years has always wanted to rename my cats. This has been going on for fucking years, you guys. And lately, my current boyfriend has been calling Pumpkin, he's been calling him Bubbles. I also find it hilarious when she keeps acknowledging Jenna in the chat. Not the same Jenna, you guys.
People don't understand why I hide my status. Because, Stephanie, it's no one's business. And you are actually going to say why I keep these things private? Have you seen people say they're going to call the Kuwait authorities? People say they're going to show up at the airport. People looking up my tickets when I'm going on a flight. People showing up. People go real life on me all the time, Stephanie. So I'm trying to protect myself and my privacy. I don't need people knowing all my business. Just like I don't show people my marriage certificate. Like, no. Yeah, no, they're not pulling me out of a peaceful place, but I'm definitely addressing it.
Can you show us some wedding photos, though? I mean, you don't have to show us the certificate, but can you show us some wedding photos?
Exactly, Jack. People are that low and that obsessed with me that they would do something like that, for sure. And, of course, Kuwait authorities are going to think that these people are just Islamophobic and stupid, which they are, and probably hang up on them.
No, they're not, because you're cosplaying as Muslim. And you're tax evading from Canada, and you've got some sort of bankruptcy that you never took care of. So they're going to look at you as a criminal who's hiding in their country, is what they're going to do.
Which they should. Yeah. I know, Stephanie. Yeah, it's illegal. I mean, that's the thing.
Okay.
But I'm keeping it private because it's a part of my life I want to keep private. I don't even have to explain beyond that why, you know? It should just be left at that. Okay, she doesn't want to talk about it. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not something I want to talk about.
Okay. All right. So what's your channel about?
I'm saying that there are a lot of Islamophobic people who make a lot of comments. So, like the Harry Ham and all that stuff, and saying I'm obsessed with plane crashes because I'm gonna be a bomber and stuff like that.
You're obsessed with plane crashes because of your morbid thing. You've been talking about that for a long time. That you're obsessed with morbid stuff. Look, you know what? I'm not going to give you a hard time about that. I love reading, and you would probably enjoy this. Maybe you should check it out, Chantel. I'll give you a recommendation. I've been every time I go to a national park. This is in the U.S., but you could probably order these books online. I will stop in the gift store and pick up the Death in Yellowstone, Death in the Grand Canyon, Death in Yosemite, and it talks about all these various accidents, serial killers, you know, people who just like fell off precipices, people who drowned in rivers, people who got mauled by bears, you know, all of that shit. You would love it. Probably not a great idea to talk about it on your channel. I mean, I have, but like for some reason, when I bring up my morbid reading, it doesn't come across like it does for you. And yes, I love Forensic Files, and I love Dateline. I love Keith Morrison. I love all that shit. But, when you put it out there, oh, I look up a lot of plane crashes on YouTube. Why? Why are you doing that? I know what the one you were talking about, by the way, because I've seen that one before. The one where they crashed in a remote part of a jungle area, and they were not rescued for something like 140 days or something like that, and they ended up cannibalizing. I'm aware of that story. I have seen the video. But you know what? It's your delivery. Let's be real. It's when you're relaying these stories back, you're a little too excited, happy about it. And then on top of it, you're like, oh yes, and I've converted to Islam. It's you're giving people too much fuel for the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, Jack. Jack's been watching me a long time. So,
sounds like they're moving south.
Yeah, I think it's just more prudent to be very secretive about things like this.
I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know if we have...
Yeah, PK, they do. Yep.
We might have a criminal on the list. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Because I think if it actually was like a missing child, they would have texted us. They would have given us an Amber Alert, right? But when it's a criminal on the loose that they're gonna like release the dogs and shit like that, they generally, in the past, they've just flown the helicopter and they're like, he looks like this, and watch out, because we're going to have the dogs out, and these are attack dogs, and you don't want to end up like Jenna with a bummed out leg, right? There's another one. There's like at least 2 helicopters in the sky right now.
My friends do visa hopping every 3 months. Hi, Crystal. for the UK candidate's fine. Exactly. Who cares? But there's one ridiculous reaction channel who put in like a clapping sound, like a cheering sound, when they found out what Pete's said, and it's like,
Yeah, because they were like, okay, it's finally confirmed. Her bestie just told us that this is what's really going on, and it confirms all of our suspicions. Why are you surprised by this, Chantel? Not surprising. Come on. You gotta get mad about, like, fucking everything. Really? You can't be like, well, that's relatable. You can't be like, well, I was doing that, and now the cat's out of the bag. Like, everything's gotta be a fucking rage for you. You gotta be, I mean, are you the one behind the channel that's attacking me? Are you the one behind the channel that's been harassing me? Or is it Wolfgang? Because it's one of the two of you.
what's your one-up? What's your one-up? Like, really? That you're the most invasive reaction channel? Okay, good for you. Like,
Is that your word of the day? Do you have a word of the day calendar or something? The other day, I think it was rudimentary or something, or like it's like you're pulling words out of your ass to say. I can't even. It's very invasive. What are you talking about? You're a YouTuber. You're putting your entire life online. How is that invasive? Nobody can talk about anything that they didn't find out from you, pretty much, or your network of friends.
genuinely, none of these things are anyone's business. And I'm not going to turn against Pete. He's not going to turn against me. You can keep trying. It's not going to happen.
Nobody wants that to happen. I would assume not. I mean, I think we're very happy for you that you have such a lifelong friend who's, you know, deeply involved in being caring for you and you know, supportive of you. I think that's a great thing. I think that we do want you to have happiness because you seem deeply unhappy right now. And if you would focus more on the happy parts of your life, maybe you wouldn't dive so deeply into this binge eating.
That's okay, Jim. I'm getting content on it also. If I don't talk about it, Jimmy, they're going to get content out of anything. So it doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
My Iraqi former Muslim boyfriend gets Islamophobic comments. Yeah. That's too bad.
Dude, my boyfriend got stalked through what was essentially like a CVS when we were just there to pick up like some liquor and cigarettes while we were in Vegas. He got fucking stalked by the security guard who was white trash and who saw him as brown, right? Because he's Tex-Mex and he's also part Iranian, Chantel. So, you know, you can kiss my ass with this whole everybody's racist bullshit. Sure, it happens, but not every React channel is racist. And by the way, you're a Canadian white woman, so shut the fuck up.
They are. Get stuffed. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, of course it bothers me that people invade my privacy. And anyway, so sorry, I don't want negative people in my circle at all, period. Goodbye.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to leave your own circle then. Right, Chantal? Because you're the most negative person in your circle. They're still circling and announcing things. It's just slightly out of ear range. That's so expensive, you guys. Using those helicopters is really goddamn expensive. It would be so much cheaper for them to just spam us with a text message. Because we're all registered as it is. Like, obviously, if I can get an Amber Alert, I can certainly get an alert from... I've gotten tsunami alerts. I've gotten flood watch alerts. Why can't they just send me a fucking alert on my phone so I know what the hell is happening right now?
If you want to defend that kind of behavior, goodbye. Go watch them then, I don't care.
Stop shoveling food in your face.
So that's that. That's the tea. That's the cold tea that's not going to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. God damn, girl.
Exactly, Jeff. Sometimes it happens.
She must have stretched out her trachea too, right? In order to be able to like shovel food in like that and swallow it like that, she must have also stretched out her trachea in addition to stretching out her stomach, which I'm not a doctor or anything. I am not a medical professional. But I'm thinking that if you stretch out your trachea, you may be putting pressure on your esophagus, which might add to the whole breathing problems she has, where she just seems to get winded from eating. 2 cents.
I accidentally used my left hand. Like, these people are like, these people berate me every day and they think they're any better morally and they're gonna go to heaven? No.
Not up to you, Chantal. And as a cosplayer of the Muslim religion, you have no business speaking about anybody else's relationship with God. Wow.
It goes beyond your privacy abuse to harass family members and those in your life who aren't online. It's just weird and unhinged. Exactly, Vamp. And by the way, and whenever I was telling Pete's mom that, it meant when I was doing that. At one point I was. Yeah, so it's no secret.
He said it was around Christmas time. It was like just a couple months ago. Give me a break. They're coming closer. I still can't hear what they're saying though. I still can't hear what they're saying.
By the way, you have to also leave the country to come back in with a new status.
Yes.
Say hi to who, Ashley? So, womp womp, you really found out nothing. And
You should really give that up because you don't even know what it means. You should really give that up. That is a Debbie Downer reference, Chantal. You need to look that up. That's not what you think it is. That is, go look at the SNL skits of Debbie Downer because that's where that comes from.
even if you did, who cares? Like, I don't see how that makes any difference to anyone's life.
It's amazing that she just like picks things up from the other React channels without actually understanding the context behind it or like in what way it would be applicable. Like, for instance, my boyfriend and I were on a date last week, and he was playing one of those bar games where, you know, you get like a control and you have like trivia, right? And he was doing really well. He's a very smart man, right? He looked at me and he said, how much of the Earth's surface is covered by water? And I think it was 90% or somewhere around there, right? And I said, well, it's going to be more because the ice caps are melting. And he said, womp womp. Because that's a Debbie Downer thing to say. Come on, you guys.
Hi, Tavi. Thank you, Vanna. My eye look.
What's been going on with her eyes, right? Like, she's doing this weird shit with her eyes. She said, I'm rolling my eyes, but she, like, went cross-eyed at one point in this live stream. And she's, like, closing one, then closing the other. And there's something very weird going on with her eyes during this live stream.
These Samuel bots are in other chats laughing and promoting them to dox Miriam's family members. Yet they think they're the good ones, delusional group of idiots. Exactly. They don't like to be called out. They don't like when it's turned on them. Too bad. And they don't like that they can't get a one-up on me because nothing they do has an effect on my life.
Okay. Okay.
Even Turkey, yeah, it's normal. Exactly. Who cares? Do you people never like self-reflect and think that you're maybe a little too insane and invasive? And do you not hate the fact that you have to do these kinds of things to get any views at all?
Do you think maybe that it would have been better for you to just come up with different content today rather than spend the entire goddamn week raging about how mad you are at everybody that participated in that docuseries? Or maybe even say, yeah, I made some mistakes in my past, but, you know, I'm doing a lot to reform my life at this point, and I'd like to move forward. You know, that could have handled your entire situation. But oh no, Miss Miriam, you needed to spend the entire goddamn week raging about this shit. And you still haven't stopped. And what is it? It's Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Come on, girlfriend. Fucking stop.
Sad.
It is sad.
Miskin. Jenna.
No. Stop.
Yeah, Italian. They act like they know exactly. That's where they try to get the one up. Oh yeah, I know this about you. So what? Like, it's just irritating because it's so invasive. It's like someone's privacy. Oh, but you're a public figure. Okay, that makes it all much better. I'm just a YouTuber with a...
Do you have anything else to say? Or are you just going to whine about this for fucking days? Do you have anything else to bring to your channel? Is this going to be, like, you literally, like, shit on an Arab community. They're all having their channels looked at now. You're like, oh, sorry, not my problem. I was trying to help them out and shit. You shit on that community. God damn. You are so irresponsible. You don't have a job. All you do is sit around and fucking shove food down your pie hole. Oh my god. Like, get a life, girlfriend.
100K subscribers. I'm not a freaking huge celebrity.
No, you're flexing though.
And it's not right to be invasive like that to celebrities either.
Yeah, actually it is. It's fine.
Exactly, Jenna. No, you're not. In Kuwait, Salah is not Kuwaiti. He's also an expat. But they have opened up family visas now. So, yeah, it just depends. They're always changing the rules. It's not easy. No, and that's the thing. People talk a lot about something they don't know about, you know?
You're the one giving us the info.
If people ask me, are you a tourist? What's your visa status? Why should I tell them if I don't want to?
This video that Julie took is just a small clip of a much larger live stream. But this is 12 minutes of raging about this one subject that she lied to her audience about for quite some time. She got caught because Pete's fucking stepped in it. He screwed up. She forgave him, which is fine. Like he didn't know. He's a good friend. He didn't know he wasn't supposed to talk about that. But she has now, this is only 12 minutes of it. She went on for like an hour and 30 minutes or something, because I was watching the Unicorn Pondu version of this live stream earlier, and oh my god, that went on forever.
That's just my point, you know? Glad you haven't let anything drive a wedge between you and Pete. No, it's not gonna happen.
Wow.
I just told him, like, I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it, but just don't ever, like, talk about me at all.
Wow, girlfriend. Okay, so hold up.
Folks,
let me
just want to take a
yes, I know it's the end of the month and you guys have your fundraising goals. Jolie looks like she's just building her channel. So I don't know anything about her channel. I haven't.
As for the border hopping,
Subscribe to it. I'm gonna subscribe to it. But basically, there's more and more React channels kind of popping up. I'm sorry, I don't want you like stuck in front of my face like that. I was just trying to like do stuff on screen. Sub for sub is not okay, because sub for sub means that you're just like joining groups in which you just like somebody's channel to bump up their numbers, and it's a way of artificially inflating somebody's user count. Liking Jolie because you liked her video is perfectly legitimate, which is why every time I use somebody's base content to do a react, I include a link to their channel. It's up to you whether or not you want to go over to their channel and like their original content. I'm not asking you to do sub for sub or anything like that. I'm just saying, obviously this person pulled some pretty good content, and you can check it out. If you didn't like it, you don't have to. Not a problem. But joining a group for the specific goal of bumping up your numbers is against terms of service. And she shouldn't have been doing that. She knows she fucked up. And she's raging all this week. She did not celebrate her 100K. And she has been raging all week about everybody involved in that docuseries, about all the React channels that are not involved in the docuseries. You know, Chantel, like I said, like I've given you some great recommendations. Join a choir, do some water aerobics. If you're into morbid reading, you could read the Death In series that they have in the National Park System. I'm sure you could find that online somewhere. There's other books like that. You don't need to be weird about it when you get online. You don't need to be giddy and happy about the stories that you read. Oh, Heaven's Gate. So funny, right? You have, when you talk about these stories, when you're reading about these stories, you have like a somber mood. It's like, oh my God, I read this scary, like, sit around the campfire story that was really shocking, and you really need to work on like your delivery of how you actually talk about those types of things, because you're doing it in such an offensive way that people are noticing, obviously. And you're mad at any feedback you get. Any feedback you get. You lied to your audience for like a year about your visa hopping, and then you got outed. So how many people are like, oh, whatever? Most of us are like, well, we knew that's what she was doing. You're the one who has to face the consequences of the Kuwaiti immigration department, okay? It's not us. So you can stop trying to deflect to the React channels. We're not the ones. You're literally putting all this up online. You're making it public and exposing yourself constantly. You're an exhibitionist. Let's be real. So let me give you another recommendation, because you like to travel a lot to do your visa hopping. Every year in July, I don't know what date it falls on, because it's a different date every year, but it's for the owner of Mugs Away. His birthday is in July. And the bar that he owns is right next to the train tracks. So every year they have the mooning of the Amway. And I know that you just love fucking exposing yourself. So if that's your bag, you should come out to Laguna Niguel and drop your pants, because I know that's what you'd like to do. Alright, you guys, I might find more to react to later, but like, I can't keep up with all of her bullshit, you guys. I can't.